One more. Good morning. Hello, Jen.
Good morning, everybody.
If you're here, say hi.
Thursday. Kathy's
Hello,
here.
Kathy.
Welcome to the group.
If you're here, say good morning.
So, real quick, today we're going to do something new that we've never done on the show before.
I don't even know what we're doing.
No, we're going to start today with a prayer.
Tammy, we owe you swimsuit photos publicly posted.
Yes, we will do that today.
Happening today. Okay, we're starting today with a prayer.
Yeah. Dear God, thank you for today, yesterday, and tomorrow. My family, my joys, my sorrows. For all that made me stronger. Amen.
Amen.
If you guys can comment in the in the comment box below and tell us what is one thing that made you stronger this week. I'd love to know that. For the next couple of days, however long this isolation will last, I want to begin every day with a prayer because I have to be honest with you. It's like, at least for me, I feel like my emotions are like becoming like a roller coaster, right? And I will consider myself as somebody who is not a master. I'm a work in progress, right? And I think it's important in this time to be vulnerable, right? Because you hear a lot of teachers and speakers and whatnot telling you, oh, this is the best time ever. This is your opportunity. I get it. Like, it is our opportunity. Like, I think every single day is an opportunity regardless. But right now, because we're so incredibly limited and because we don't know how long this will last, I have to be honest with you. Like 20 minutes ago when I, did my routine stuff, I felt a lot of fear, right? So now, go ahead.
I want to back up because you said something that I think people can't really relate to as much. Most of the world does not see this as an opportunity. Right. Most of the world is not hearing that this is their opportunity. Most of the world is hearing that shit is going sideways. And a lot of people are scared, and a lot of people, are running out of money and resources and don't know what to do with themselves. And, a lot of people are scared. And the reason that you and I hear that this moment is an opportunity because we choose to feed ourselves with the most positive content that we can find. And so to us, we hear that we have an opportunity. Right? We have an opportunity to help a lot more people. To be honest, in business, this is an opportunity for when your competitors start collapsing and hiding because they don't know what to do, for you to expand into their contraction. So yes, there are opportunities. It's also opportunity for us to get creative in how we spend this time. It's an opportunity for you to connect with people on a deeper level, even though it may be virtual. There are a lot of opportunities within this, but I think that most of the world does not see this at all as any kind of opportunity. And we want to encourage you that there are opportunities in this, but even though there are opportunities, there are moments of fear, even in the most confident people, even in the most financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically wealthy people, there is fear. Yeah. And so it's okay to feel that. And I always say that if we weren't supposed to feel emotions, we wouldn't have them. Continue. Boogie, what are you feeling right now?
I want to take a moment of vulnerability to express to you guys that, I have a fear too, right? I'm not invincible. And if you've throughout the past week or so felt any form of discomfort or fear, then please comment below, because I want to give you a massive virtual hug and let you know that you know what? That's the beauty of a community, and this is why, you know, we've shown up like in our show for months before this even started, because we're stronger together, for better or for worse. And right now, it's a time that I don't care who you are, like this is a worst time. I don't think anybody wakes up right now like during isolation is like, oh my gosh, best day of my life. Like it's an opportunity for us to learn and grow by all means, right? Because adversities are an opportunity, and this is something that I've always, you know, talked about, and that's why I'm incredibly grateful for any single adversity that I had in my life, and you know, for all of my past struggles, because my mess became my message. Yes, like everything in life is an opportunity. Now you have to see it. However, just because it is an opportunity doesn't mean that you're not allowed to express certain feelings, right? I think it's important to acknowledge fear when you see it and act accordingly in order to help you overcome it, rather than, you know, one of two things can happen. You either live in La La Land and you're like, no, this is the best time ever. I'm like, you know what? You're full of shit if this is what you're saying, honestly, because the economy is collapsing. People are getting sick, right? Like it's a really scary time.
I could imagine it's not the best time ever as far as our world is concerned, but some businesses are hitting their record highs right now, right? So there's always two sides to every coin, is
Right.
the fact of the matter. But feeling what most would consider negative emotions, all emotions are just emotions. They're neutral. They're what you make of it. But it's okay to feel.
Yeah. So, you know, if you feel the same way that I do today, right now too, remember, it's important to acknowledge how you feel, but in order for you to feel better, you need to take action moving forward. You can't just dwell yourself in it.
Sitting on the couch ain't gonna do shit.
I'm going to give you a great example. My mom. You know, my mom is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. But, you know, I'll tell you, my mom is the kind of person who, you know, is just, she's locked down in front of the news. All she's hearing is bad shit. You know, she's under extreme fear right now. She's terrified, right? But, you know, I call her every day to make sure that she's okay, but I have a really hard time speaking to her because everything that she tells me is negative. And I'm like, look, I need positivity in my life. But the thing is, she's around this negativity because she's not going out of her way to do something, right? To learn something new, to surround herself, you know, around positive people.
She's letting it all happen to her.
Right.
Just like forfeiting, right? Like the white flag. Like, okay, take me.
And I'm sure that all of you guys have at least one person in your life who is doing that. So now, you know, for people like that, there's two ways to act towards them. You have to treat them with compassion, because you can't just let them go, because you know that right now, like, we all just need the biggest hug ever, and I'm sending all of you guys a massive virtual hug. But, you know, you also have to speak up and tell them that, you know, by dwelling on the situation and not taking action, it's only making it worse, right? So if any of you guys know anybody who is constantly in fear, constantly in panic mode, then, you know, something that will be incredible for them would be having them be a part of this group. Right? We've been producing content like crazy. I mean, of course, our morning show is as per usual. We've been doing our live workouts daily. We're not even taking rest day, right? Every day at 8 a.m., We're doing challenges for you guys. We're just making sure that you are being embraced and consuming positive energy and are using this time to your advantage. However, it's okay to acknowledge whatever you're feeling. Just make sure to take action rather than just dwelling on it, because this is something that's outside of our control, and it's a crazy time. I know that 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, like, people are going to be talking about it. And to say that, oh shit, like, we've lived through it and we've overcome it, it's like, man, we're champions, right?
It's a this is a once in a generation time, like, event.
Yeah.
And like the Great Depression, we're like, oh yeah, everybody knows about the Great Depression. Everybody knows about, the 2008 collapse, right? Like, this is a once in a generation, like, crazy event. And I'm going to be proud to tell my kids I lived through that.
And I've overcome it.
That we made it, yeah.
And how we've overcome it.
And, so if you have faith, which we talked about on our show yesterday, we're going to get through. We're going to get through. We all have each other. Everybody who can help is trying to help, including us. And so, yeah, like Sarit said, if you have people who need encouragement and positivity, please invite them to this group. Anyways, we said we were going to talk about training tips for isolation.
We are going to talk about training tips. By the way, for any of you guys, like, if you're feeling any sort of way today, do me a favor and send me a message after this call, and I want to speak with you. Okay? Because right now, this is a time where we need each other more than ever. Support is the number one thing that we need. So please, if you're feeling vulnerable, hit me up. Let's have a chat. Okay? Today we're going to be talking about training tips during isolation. I have to be honest with you guys. Our entire show schedule, like, topics that we had planned, have changed too, because everything else that we had planned for this month is completely, like, not even, like, relevant right now.
Yeah.
It's not even relevant. But since today's Training Thursday, we're going to be talking about the one most important thing that you have to do with regards for your training during isolation. And that word is called consistency. So now, here's the thing. We're all, unless you have a home gym, and I feel extremely grateful and blessed because I do have a home gym. So my training is actually doubling up because we're doing the body weight workouts, and then we're doing our program as well. But, for 99.9% of the people, that is not the case. And we do acknowledge that you need to make sure that you're focusing on consistency, right? So unless you've been doubling up or you've been doing a whole bunch of workouts and your body is really tired, right now is not really the time where you, like, take rest days, right? Because it's not like you're going harder than ever, right? I mean, with body weight workouts, unless you're like, all right, I actually have time to start picking up training and you're becoming more consistent, then your body may need a rest day. However, right now, in order to make sure that your mind is sharp, that you're constantly in action, because we're limited in the amount of action that we're taking, all that matters is that you stay consistent and you move daily.
Move. It's a good feeling.
It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if it's dance. It doesn't matter if it's Zumba. It doesn't matter if it's a walk.
You just gave me a great idea.
I did?
Virtual dance party.
Oh my gosh.
On Zoom so we could see everyone. Maybe we can go Friday virtual happy hour / dance party.
Could be.
Bring your dancing shoes. We have a theme for it this week.
Oh,
dance theme.
I love
80s. It. Wear your neon leotard.
There you go. If you have one, I don't. So just make sure that you're being consistent. Really, that's my message to you. And honestly, that's why in our 14-day Rise Above program that we put together. If you don't know what it is yet, last week we put together a 14-day bodyweight program to help anybody who needs help stay on track with their workouts, because now more than ever, this is the time where you need to do it, because working out is so important for your body in the sense that it produces endorphins and dopamine. Those are the happy hormones, right? Like in times of stress, you need to be doing more of what makes you happy. You need to be doing more of what fuels your soul, because like we said 5 minutes ago, it is a time of distress. Okay? So that's for one. Also, a body that stays in motion, that gets to motion, wants to stay in motion, right? So, you know, from a momentum standpoint, if you use this time to be more active or to stay active, then once this isolation is over, you will continue from where you left off, and you're going to be fine, trust me. But, you know,
if you're stagnant,
what I find a lot, especially in the lifting, in the body weight, in the some of the people in the CrossFit community, is that because they don't have a barbell per se, or things are not perfect, they're just not doing it. Look, imperfect action done consistently is going to get you way farther in life than perfect action done inconsistently. Okay, so it's not about you needing a barbell. It's not about you needing to lift heavy. It's about you just moving.
I think that the real issue is that because people don't have our background or education within this industry, when they don't have the equipment that they're used to, they don't know what to do.
Right.
They don't know how to put together a workout, right? And that is why we're here, and that's why we made the Rise Above program, because
right.
people need structure and we can provide it. And so the 14-day, having a body weight, there's a billion body weight workouts or movements that you can do. You can even do weighted movements. You can grab your kid. You can grab a gallon of water. You can do things with, but when you don't know, it's not your fault if you don't have education, because if that's not your realm, that's not your realm, you know. So
right.
It's up to us to provide that too, to say, hey, here's the structure you can use for this. Hey, here are the body weight movements that you can put together in a combination with one another to get yourself a good sweaty workout. You know, just to sweat, just to feel good, to breathe hard, to release those endorphins, to get yourself into a positive state of mind by doing that, you know. So I think that's the issue, is like we're so used to doing things one way that if we don't have the understanding on how to do it a different way, we just don't do it, which is our fault, but not our fault, because you can reach out and say, oh crap, who knows what I can be doing? That's your responsibility. But at the same time, it is then the responsibility of the people who do know to step up and say, hey, here's what you can do, right? It's the responsibility of the people who manufacture toilet paper to be like, we gotta pump some more of this shit out because people are going crazy, right? But it's your responsibility to do what you need to do to find it. So two sides to the coin, right? But we are here to help. The number one thing, like Sarit said, is stay consistent, move every day. If you're doing body weight workouts, you don't need a break. You might be a little bit sore, but your body is not taxed to the point to where you need a rest day. Just keep moving. And if you find yourself wanting to eat, here's like an extra pro tip. Go move again. Go outside, go for a walk. If you're like, man, I just want to go to the kitchen and there's nothing that you really need to get done. You know, put an audio book in your ears and go for a walk outside. Go move again. Go do 100 air squats. Go do some sit-ups. Play with your kids. Whatever. Make something. Make a craft. You know, but stay consistent in your movement. So for one, it keeps your mind occupied, but then it gives you this release of feel-goodness.
Yeah, for sure. So just a few things. You know, I'm curious to know, what is it that you will want to see or you need right now. As you guys know, we're here to support you, and I want to know. So just a few things for what we have going on in our community. In the case that you're just joining in and this is your first live show, welcome. Or, in the case that, you've been actually one of those people servicing everybody else, and thank you for that if you are, and you're just getting a chance to catch up because things are crazy. We are having a lot going on in the group right now. So like we said, for anybody who doesn't know, aside from the daily morning talk show, which we do 365, anyways, we have the Rise Above program, which all of you guys can have access to it. In fact, would you mind typing it so that they can download it right now in the case that they
the 14-day?
Yeah, the 14-day. So we put together the 14-day Rise Above program, like we said before, in order to help you stay consistent with your movement. So these are really all badass workouts. If you guys have been joining us on the lives, you know exactly what we mean when we say it's badass. We know that you're feeling it because I know that I'm feeling it.
Whose legs are sore?
So we got the Rise Above program. Other than that, due to requests by you guys, we've been hearing that a lot of the girls in this group have been having a hard time staying from the kitchen, even though they know what to do. So we said, you know what? We need a higher sense of accountability and some structure with regards to eating. So starting on Monday, we'll be doing the 28-day quarantine wellness challenge,
which is very nutrition focused. So for those of you who think that, I know that there was some word, somebody said something about like there's workouts and everything. There aren't workouts, but that's why we have the 14-day Rise Above, so that you can have workouts. However, this is very nutrition focused. So if you are struggling with wanting to eat out of boredom or stress or fear or anxiety or just because it's there, you have to do this. You have to do this.
Or if you just want a positive distraction. I know that I do, and that's why I'm going to do it myself. Yeah, I think that everybody who's in the group needs to do it. However, this is your life, your choices. However, we will provide it. So I'm going to turn it into a mission of, during this isolation, my goal is to help our community lose at least 100 pounds. And I know that we're going to get way past that. Right? I think right now we have just a little over 30 people registered already.
Yep. And there are also, if you look in the announcements section, the very top of our group page, there is a post that says 10 free entries to the 28-day wellness challenge. If you follow the directions on that post, it's very easy. If you follow those directions, you could win one of those free entries. There are 10 of them available, and we will be choosing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before the day is over.
And by the way, thank you for CJ, Donna, and Mark Fleeg for donating those.
Yep. They've already paid.
To step up.
They've already paid your whopping $27 tuition. So for those of you who are like, I don't know if I want to do it, it's not a matter of money. Nobody has a $27 problem. You have a commitment problem. Mm-hmm. So if you're scared, you are the one who should do it.
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't know, and it makes you nervous and you get butterflies and you get anxiety, you should do it. Because once you get in there, if you haven't learned by now, we are very gracious. And the way that we work is, if you wouldn't want to do this approach for the rest of your life, we wouldn't make you do it. Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind too. You're not going to be counting all your calories and your macros and entering all the shit into the MyFitnessPal, and it's not complicated. It's not difficult. Like, go into that community, but it is actually very extremely effective. And it sounds too good to be true, but you only believe it when you experience it. So do yourself a favor and allow yourself to experience it by signing up for that. It's called the Quarantine Wellness Challenge, 28 days. Okay?
But other than that, I want to know, what is it that you guys feel like you need from us right now? We want to help you. We want to support you. Of course, when it comes to anything, fitness, nutrition, weight loss, wellness, we're going to provide it to you. But is there anything else that you feel like you need at this time? I really want to hear it because, like we said, we're here to serve you. And if we don't know what is it that you need, then of course we're not going to create it.
There's been some posts actually on the wall, which is an amazing place to post what your maybe concerns or desired
More boogie videos.
topics would be. She wants more boogie videos. Boogie, come here, bub.
Boogie videos.
He's like, yeah, right. So what was I gonna say? Yes, there was a post made. There may be some males in the room. I am not gonna even apologize or say sorry that I'm not sorry. Because I'm not sorry that I'm not sorry. So there was a post made about what we call Shark Week. And how to handle that. And so we're going to turn it into a topic on one of our shows. So if you have something you really do want to learn about, post it on the wall, see who has interest, and then guess what? We'll do a show about it. Because if we know what you need, we will provide. But you have to speak up. Keep doing coffee.
We are doing it. So Travis, what does motivation look like to you? What do you need in order to get motivated and stay motivated? So
Travis, I would join the 28-day wellness challenge.
Yeah, because
that's 4 weeks of motivation.
Because here's the thing, motivation is, you don't get motivated. You become motivated by taking consistent action.
But there's also the potential to lose motivation, and it happens guaranteed with every single person. So it then becomes a matter of what is the purpose of what you're doing, and how tightly can you hold on to that purpose?
Yeah.
So if you want motivation, it's something that has to be generated on a continuous basis because it comes and it goes. And so you have to find ways to continue to be motivated. That's why I say join the 28-day wellness challenge, because it's going to be 4 weeks of continued motivation, because there will be people in the group. There's going to be a different Facebook group, private exclusively for the people who are doing that challenge. And so, in that group, communicating and being interactive and engaged with the people in that group, also engaged and interactive with the app that you have on your phone, that is sort of like a game, saying like, did you do this challenge? Did you do that challenge? And then you can have fun with it. Because now more than ever, we need to have light and we need to have fun.
Yeah.
So if you're needing motivation, if you want inspiration, if you want structure, if you want nutritional guidance, if you want community, if you want support, that 28-day challenge is epic, and you have no idea until you actually go through it. And anybody who has, I hope that they'll comment or encourage other people to do it. Anybody who's worked with us in any way, shape, or form, free, not free, would love any feedback on what your experience has been. But if a person is sick, are you for or against working out, and why? Especially in the wake of the corona scare and many respiratory issues.
That's a great question. If you're feeling sick, your number one priority becomes recovery, and therefore you should not be working out. Also, because you never want to do something half-assed, right? So if you're feeling sick, then you're not going to be able to give it your all. Now, again, we're not talking about a 300-pound deadlift or anything. We're just talking about constantly moving. Like, if your body is like run down and you feel like doing movement will be a struggle because your body is in pain, or because like your sinuses are just like dripping, then just rest. But here's the thing. It's up to you to choose what is it that you consume, right? And now when I'm talking about, in fact, I'm going to share this with you. Currently, 3 of my one-on-one clients are sick, right? So they know that right now, I don't care about working out being their targets. And they know that too. It's not about your workouts. Right now, it's about you resting and recovering so that you can get back to feeling better ASAP, right? But when you're sick, again, like we said, don't worry about your workouts. Also, like, you lose appetite. You don't want to eat as much. That's totally fine. What you need to focus on at that point is making sure that what it is that you're consuming for your mind is positive. So now, for your body, you want to focus on as many micronutrients as possible, right? The vitamins, the minerals, that sort of thing. But for your mind, positive information, only positivity. Shut down the news, right? Like, we all know what's going on. Who cares to know more about the specifics, right? 550 people died, 570 people died. The reality is that it doesn't change your life, right? Unless it's somebody close to you, right? All that it does is that it adds more fear. That's junk food for your mind.
Yep.
And that is in fact why Erin and I, we actively don't watch TV. And you guys know, like, if you've worked with us with any of the groups and you're like, oh shit, did you watch this show? Did you watch this movie? Blah, blah. And we're always like, nope. Unless it's something like extremely inspiring that, we knew what we got ourselves into, that was extremely intentional. We actively stay away from media for that.
We consume what inspires us. And Travis, you said what app? It's called Wattify Rise, but if you are not registered for the challenge, you will not have access to log into that. Quads and hammies.
We'll be sure to comment once this is over with the registration link so that you guys can register.
I'm a personal trainer and I joined the challenge to keep motivated. As a personal trainer, and Tammy, my hat goes off to you, because here's the thing. The beauty in you signing up for this is that you don't know everything, and you know that you don't know everything. The best teacher, as a personal trainer, the best teacher is a lifelong student, because it doesn't matter it doesn't matter at what level somebody is compared to you. Somebody knows something different than you. You probably know something different than we do. You will always benefit from doing things with other people, because we're all genius, but we're all genius in different ways. And so the more you expose yourself to the genius of other people, the smarter you will become, and the more ammo you have in your artillery. Did I say that right? I don't know. But my hat goes off to you, because a lot of trainers would be like, I'm a trainer, I don't need that. And that is so ignorant.
Speaking about, a teacher being a lifelong student, I don't know if you guys know, but we're lifelong students. And we're students to some incredible mentors. And last night on a coaching call, I want to share with you something powerful that, was said. And that is, be an example of a project in progress. How many times in life have you considered not taking action, perhaps haven't taken action because you were focused about you being imperfect? I want you to think about it. I know that it happened to me for a very long time.
How long have you been held back from helping somebody else because you don't feel like you're perfect in the way you're trying to help them? Is another way to say that.
So we're all a project in progress, and you don't have to be perfect to start, but you have to start to be perfect.
And you have to be one step ahead of the person you're helping.
Yeah.
Just one step ahead.
So remember, you have to start. So for anybody right now who wants to level up, you need to do this.
Just start.
Right? Because you have to take action.
Everyone should be a lifelong student. Things change constantly. And we always have room to improve ourselves.
Amen.
It's the truth. And especially now, things are changing. There are shifts happening in the economy, in our environment, in our world, in our healthcare systems, in business. Things are shifting. And we have to figure out, how do we adapt to the shifts that are being made? How are they going to keep shifting? How do we need to adapt to that so that we can continue to thrive and not be sucked under like average people?
If you guys are here, you're not average. You're way
average.
above, right? You're all about greatness. So we need to wrap this up because we have to get ready for a workout at 8 a.m. You guys, we hope that you enjoyed this today. Remember, if there is something that you're like, you know what, I could definitely benefit from this, hit us up. Either write it on the wall or message either Erin or myself. If you feel like you need to have a conversation to just elevate your soul, like I said, okay, reach out to me. Happy to have a conversation with you. We all need each other right now more than ever. Rise Above workouts are happening. It's for you to watch on demand. We go live at 8 a.m. every day. You can get access to the program by checking out the link that was in one of the comments. It's free for all. If you know anybody who needs it, who has not been consistent in their workout, just send them the link. Be like, yo, you need to do this.
And all the videos we understand that there's a lot of action happening in our page right now, and there's a lot of activity going on. So those videos fall down. So if you want to find video number 1, go to our YouTube channel. Go to Erin and Sarit on YouTube, Erin and Sarit. And those are all there so that you can actually find them in an organized fashion and start from one. Our apologies in advance that the first 2 are a little screwy. We were learning how to make them better. It does go through the entire workout though, so even if the sound goes away or it gets scratchy or whatever, follow it the best that you can. 3 from day 3 on, they're epic. So you know, you can find those in an ordered fashion on our YouTube page.
Today we'll be doing workout number 6. Also on Monday we'll be starting the 28-day quarantine wellness challenge. We want you to join us on this. We know that everybody needs this, but by the end of the day, you're the only one who's in charge of changing your life, and all it takes is action. And honestly, the biggest, most intimidating action that you're gonna have to do is to just register. Just enter some information, click 3 buttons, and that's it. Trust us when we say this, it is less intimidating than you think. The hardest thing you'll have to do is just register yourself. And it's only
Are you talking about 28 days?
Yeah. And in fact, it's only $27. We've never put it at a price like that, simply because we know that right now times are tough. And we just want to service you guys. However, the app that we're running it through does cost us something. So we want to make sure that we're giving it to you the best way that we can so that you have a beautiful experience. But all that it takes is some commitment. Okay, so remember, get to action, stay in action. It's all about consistency. We will see you at 8 a.m. if you can make it. If not, I hope that you take some positive action today. Okay, God bless you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. By the way, tomorrow, Interview Friday. We have our rock star Devin May. She's a part of this community. She's an incredible bodybuilder. So now here's the thing.
You want to watch this.
You want to watch this because for 1, she's a total badass. Okay. And for 2, it's going to be really fun. For 3, there is a lot of misinformation out there. We hear, especially women, a lot of women saying, I want to get into bikini competitions or blah, 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 simply because for them in the back of their head, they think that this is going to get me the body that I want. But guess what?
This is going to be my motivator.
Devin is a professional competitor, and she will talk to you about what it's like, what it takes to be stage ready, how unsustainable it is, and what life looks like when you're preparing for a show versus before and after a show.
And there's a lot of things that people don't know when they say, I want to do a competition.
Yes.
So if you think I want to do a competition, make sure you know all of the ins and outs. I can tell you firsthand, I've gone through it. And there was a shit show of a storm for me 5 years post competition. So just so you understand what you're getting into, you need to watch this interview. And it's going to be on Zoom. So make sure you look for the link on our page tomorrow morning before it starts so that you can get into that Zoom link.
Yep.
That's it.
All right, you guys, I hope that you have the most incredible day. Looking forward to seeing hopefully all of you guys at our 8 a.m. workout. If not, looking forward to catching you tomorrow when we interview Devin through Zoom. Take care, you guys.
Love you.
Have a great day.
Bye.